Hi there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate from the Journal Nest, and the surprising and exciting thing is I'm not actually in my home nest. As I film this, I'm actually in the amazing San Diego. So I need to say a special welcome to all of those who are enjoying the summer with me here, so beautifully temperate, and to my Southern Hemisphere family, friends, and everyone who is my subby from there. I'm sharing this joy because it's winter where you are. It's very, very chilly. I've been talking to my family, and if you can hear my voice, I have been working I was flying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is my first opportunity to actually come back to my beautiful things and to not work and to do a bit of little shopping. So this is a Can't Stop Stitching. It's related to the Journal of Stitchery. It's got some of my journaling in it, and let's have a party together. So a little bit of context. I have made some things to come on this trip with me. Those of you who follow me know that I made this pouch before I flew so that it could sit in the pocket beside me. Can I say total success? And also has got some new bits as a result of being in the air. Inside, I have my little pouch, my needlebook, and my I made this out of Beck's needlebook kit, but it actually stands so very well. So if you want any advice on how to take slow stitching with you when you travel on long distances, I think I'm starting to really, work it out. But the best news, and this is to my Green Door Studios family and to everyone else, Zoe sells these scissors, and look how tiny they are. They have a little plastic cap, but guess what? They made it through security. So I have been able to snip my own threads, cut my own material, and I was pulled up both times. So I had 2 flights, Sydney, LA, and then LA, San Diego. And each time they checked, they went, fine. So if you are traveling and worried about security, this is the first pair of scissors that I haven't had confiscated. And Zoe, thank you so, so much. So that is the big learning. I was so excited. What have I got in front of me? Lots of things. Because it is Journal of Stitchery time and we're working on field notes, this is my accordion journal. Is that what I would call it? That is making progress. I did lots and lots of seed stitching and bits and pieces on the plane, and I've actually stitched the pages to help them stay together, and I really like that. So there's lots to do, but that kept me company because that was a small piece to take on the plane. And then I hope you're as excited as me. I've been shopping as a reward for work. Do you know what that feels like? Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. One of my subbies, and you know who you are, told me that her favorite vintage store in San Diego was called Vignettes. So my first priority after having my last feedback session with my colleagues was to get an Uber out to where Vignettes was, and it did not disappoint. It's got, if you're in Australia and know Dirty Jane's in New South Wales, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it was lots and lots, and it was like my stay in Lawrence in Kansas. Lots of individual stalls. But what I found is lots of things that will help me in my journaling and in my stitching. So let's keep on the Journal of Stitchery theme. I've just lost the one that I wanted to show you most. Look at that. Bloom from within. There's our birdie. There's favourite flowers and a beautiful message tied up with velvet string and with like a postcard on the back. So I love that. I thought that was a sign that people in San Diego know. And then for some reason, look what Kate's done. It's only now that I've got home, I bought 4 bunny ones. I think because they had flowers and butterflies. Look at that one. I love this. Hey girls, don't we love this? Be kind and you will always look beautiful. Here's to that. Love grows here, carrot. So field notes, inspiration, and then a beautiful excerpt from Tolkien. So how funny is that? Because I'm sure I had some butterfly ones and other birds with me, but hey, they didn't come home, except this message to all of us, bloom from within. Okay, you know me, I'm going to ramble and get distracted. So there we are. We're inspired by these. Not that maybe I will put them in a pocket in my accordion journal because I've got my other piece to share with you. Stop it, Kate. How are you, everyone? Hey, if you're with me in the Northern Hemisphere, is it Thursday? Yeah, happy Thursday night. Could that be right? Thursday or Friday? Must be Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Happy Friday night. And I was talking to my husband before, and in Australia, it's Saturday morning. So Southern Hemisphere people, happy weekend. Sorry about that. So hard. Okay, so Journal of Stitchery, some treasure hunt items. Before I go to all the things for slow stitching, I also found this here. This is at the antique market. I've never bought an envelope and a letter. I did pay $6.50 US, and that's probably a lot, but do you know, I didn't care because what is within is absolutely priceless. This is a letter from 1904 saying, "My darling boy," and it's a letter from the heart about an empty boy's room, and at the end she goes, "With dearest love, mother." So as a mum myself, that just resonated, like that's priceless. And to feel that in my hands gives joy. So what else did I get? Are you ready? Do you want to hear about my treasures? If you don't want to, just skip later on, and I will do some stitching because I haven't stitched for days and days and days and days because I've been working. And this middle bit is going to be a share. And as I always say, I share, and some people go, beautifully, you're making me jealous. I don't want to make anyone jealous, but the joy, I hope, that we feel is the absolute beauty of treasures from the past. So what I'm stroking here is a silk scarf, and I was just so attracted to, am I right saying pansies? If I'm not, it doesn't matter, but look at these for florals. And if I jump over here, this is my big pieces of my quilt. I'll share that later. Or actually that will be my Journal of Stitchery video, maybe tomorrow. Can you hear? I'm just getting over jet lag, stopping work. But I just thought with my big panels, I'm going to have a wild garden and something like that. Even though it's not linen, this is what I'm doing, mixed fabrics, mixed media, anything that brings me joy. So I'm going to tuck that in there actually and go back here. So that was a must. Then I couldn't resist. See how I stroke everything? That is me. Texture and fabric just makes me happy. This is a vintage lingerie bag, and it's satin and it's quilted, and around the edge here, and you know I love to crochet, it's like they've plaited some material. Here's a button, it loops around, And inside is this beautiful, I think it's crepe rather than silk, but intermittent flowers. There's a hole in it. This isn't stitched together, but I actually like that. I think because it's splitting, I actually might turn it into a horsewhip or a fold out something or other. But look how much I love pouches, and I just stroked it and said, you're coming home with me. $5 US for such a treasure. So I'm trying to be on a budget because of conversion rates, but as some had shared with me, it's harder to find doilies, so I found no doilies in this store. These are bits, but I found things like this. I also found some of this ribbon, and there was a deal on getting 5. I'm only showing you 4. I've not used anything like that, but when I've got so much acreage to cover in my garden, in my flower to flower new quilts, slow stitched, I'm going to need things like that to help me along the way. I also got this, I'm thinking of you, Missy. I bought, I got it on any pieces here? No. Some beautiful velvet ribbon in Sydney when we went to the Sewing Basket store, but it was in perfect condition and all wrapped on the spool. This is frayed, like crushed, dusty pink, and I think, again, just look at that, it will go with everything. So we're nearly there, but we might need, oh yeah, okay, sorry, I forgot something over here. This was beautifully done up. It's cotton. See, I need to learn all the names of these. You will know better than me. But this is cotton lace trimming, and I'm using trimmings way more. I can show you a little bit later. And I just thought that was a bargain. It was a good price, and I get the bonus ribbon here that I'll reuse. I actually have to do a shout out to Pam from Pandora's Junk Journals. If she's watching, Pam, thank you so much. I actually sent Pam a journal, and she's made her own video on that, and I can hear the joy in her voice. So, you know, for Pam and others who receive my journals, I just love to continue the story. So this ribbon will go to someone else. So we're just sharing the love. So the song? Okay, what are they doing there? Okay, I have 2 things left. Oh, 3. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We could go big, middle, little, but I'm going to go little, middle, big. I asked them to subtotal the cost because I was a bit worried, and then I was so relieved and thought, oh my God, that is so such a wonderful haul of treasures, that I'd been looking at this tiny box, and I said, okay, can you please throw this in? On the docket, they've called it a religious box, but look, it's hinged. Let's remember Rachel and Sarah's covered box, the stitchery. This is wooden, but I don't mind what these girls are doing, but they sure look to me like they are stitching. So that might keep these new ribbons in it, or Zoe scissors, who knows. It's just a because, and look at us as a community united in our love of beautiful things. So there, that was my gift to myself. Okay, so that's a little, like the 3 bears. Middle size. I have to take this away and reveal the hotel desk underneath me. Oh my goodness. When I last came over, I think I asked some of you about, oh gosh, I've lost it again, feed sacks. And, sorry, I'm so excited I'm going to sneeze. One of these stalls, I thought, oh, what is that? and it was labelled vintage feed sack. And this one actually feels so much thicker, so much bigger than the sugar bag. But you know what sold it to me? Look at these patches. It's patched. And under here and under here. So they look like pockets to me. And different fabric here, excerpts, patches from another piece. And there is so much material here. It goes on for ages. I love that this has, what's the word? Hasn't stayed fast if it was washed. But the beautiful beige, you can see, I don't know whether you can see the grain, but as soon as I saw, is that crazy? As soon as I saw the patches, I thought, that is Kate. So who knows whether this will be slow stitched in my stitching or whether these will appear as pages in my journals. I can just see that happening. Okay. And that's why I'm going to put that over there. Some flowers on top. These textures: silk, feed sack, satin, cotton lace, velvet ribbon, crochet. Well, I bought that from home, but how beautiful does that look? Okay, Kate's got to take a deep breath, because what I am about to show you means I have to buy a new suitcase and come home with checked-in luggage. You know how important it was for me this time to travel with just carry-on. I have loved it, loved it, loved it. But there are only a few things in life that would change my mind. So just gonna lean down. I don't know which is the best view. In a stall, in vignettes. I can't believe I've got this. It's my first ever slow stitched, hand stitched, vintage cotton quilt. I've just measured it. There's a king size bed in this room and this covers it. So it's one of those, I don't know, quilters, you will be able to tell me what this happy pattern is because I've seen it before. It's big circles and runs in. But it is the softest and sweetest thing I have ever seen. As soon as I saw it in the cupboard, I just grabbed it and took it over to the counter. I said, I don't know how to buy here, but I have to have this. So it's got printed fabric around the side, but then all these individual pieces. It's massive. It gives me joy. I wish I could, just have you here with me in person just to stroke it. Because if ever there was love that confirms that I love sew stitching, and Mum, I love quilts, and how amazing is it? Because I said I have so many treasures of my mum that are that she's made. She is incredible, and she's done this pattern with a machine. So now I'm going to add and double our quilts with a collection of hand stitched. So there's actually cantha stitch as well. And look, if you've bought these and know all about them, and this is so I understand, but I just wanted to share that. Honestly, this is joy. So here's Beck's one that I bought in her needlebook, and it's very similar feel. And hers had checkies on it. I've covered over the green part, I think. But to have all of this just sitting there as a whole bit rather than in little sections. Like there are blue bits, like for Field of Stitchery. What am I going? Field Notes, sorry. And the Girls' Journal of Stitchery. Every single little piece So I'm just going to treasure that for a while. I just have to stroke it and love it and dream. See, I'm getting a bit teary. Dream of the person who stitched that by hand, and whenever it was, that was amazing. So I have tried to capture it, and I'll put that on Instagram, but sorry, I don't want to cry. Maybe that's jet lag, but that is a treasure beyond. So my beautiful, I said to my husband, I bought a quilt, so I have to buy another suitcase, and he goes, fantastic, great. So I'm very blessed. Okay, I was just hugging it here, putting it up so you can see it while I hug it, and now I'll put it down. Oh, so weighty. All right. Okay, we'll do some slow stitching because I need to just reflect. I'll probably go pretty quiet. I won't use many of these new bits because my brain is tired, but I will give you, so these, you know, when I filmed last, I said I've got videos made that I will post, and I have been trying the entire time before I flew to post it, but it just would not upload. So the idea is I'm growing my garden, and I'm working from the corners in. I've done, it was quite overwhelming, all this big space, so I'll probably talk to you a lot about that, but I'm enjoying collage and then stitching over. This is my first wild stitching on a wildflower. I really loved doing that. I've got the tablecloth centerpiece here, and over here I have the bluebells. I'm experimenting with color. I've got seed stitch. So really I'm sort of trying at the moment to go round all the edges using the crochet. So that's the tablecloth piece. This one, so that's probably, you've seen this one the most. I mean, when I say the tablecloth piece, I mean the original cream embroidered. This is the other tablecloth piece, and I have started to put in place some layers and layers of flowers and up. You probably saw me working on this corner on one of, could it only have been a week ago, but I quickly realized that I need to have bigger pieces as my background. So now I have a piece of this. So my approach is to share the same material between all the pieces. And then this is the third one that I have actually really been loving. I worked on this before I went to work, and when I need to settle myself actually, so I have stitched this week. So new for me is I've actually used some patch work, whole bits of cotton that I bought from the Craft and Quilt show, and if you haven't checked out Missy's video about that, make sure you zip over and have a look at her treasures. Sarah's made one, Beck's made one, and it's just so inspiring to celebrate together. Okay, so it's hard to, I'll do much more about my accordion, and yeah, see, I love how, see, I'm just going round and round and round, and that makes me happy. So I pinned this in place with a needle. So I'm just going to sit down and chat with you for a few moments. Kate's exhausted. Oh, happy exhaustion. And realizing I don't want to cover those flowers over. And my idea, if we go back to Nautica, the quilt, is that I'm not worrying too much about the edges, because, can you see this? On the traditional quilt, you would worry about these edges, but this is all going to go into 3 panels of 3, and then altogether it will make the 9. So I'm actually going to keep them raw, and we will see what happens. So many of you wished me so well with my travels and were so kind, so I need to say thank you for that. I did enjoy my first leg, Sydney, LA. That went absolutely fine. And then, okay, always full of hope, always full of optimism. Thought that maybe since I'd flown in, because lately I've been going to Dallas, I thought things have probably improved at LAX, Tom Bradley. Well, got up straight off the plane, went to line up, and quickly realized that I was in row 14 of 14. And I think there's probably, those of you who do this more than I, or have only done it once, will never forget. I'm sure there's like 100 people in each of those rows that wind round and round. So at a minimum, I would imagine that there were 1,400 people in front of me. And I had a 3-hour, I'd allowed 3 hours between my connecting flight. And I thought, I probably can still do it. And then ting, 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 I got the text message from my connecting flight that it was delayed. And usually I would think, oh no, that's a problem. But this time it was a total relief, because I thought, okay, just you can relax, you will make. It was delayed by 3 hours, I think 2.5. And I thought, you just have to breathe and say, this is what it takes to get to where you're going, and just stay in the queue. And I think I've shared with you before, I'm forever impressed with the patience of humanity here. No one complained. Little people just stayed with their parents, and there's silence. It's just, we have to get through this. So I eventually did. Anyone considering it, it is the summer holidays in the States, so it took me 2.5 hours to get from number 1,400 at the minimum, to be through. Now, of course, once I was through, I didn't have to wait for my luggage, and I'd read that there was a new connecting way that I didn't have to go out on the street to get to. I was flying with Delta, and I just said to someone, where do I go? And they go, out there. And I said, so out on the street? And they go, yep. Which was fine, because I had plenty of time. But I have allowed much more time with my connecting flight on the way home, which will be Monday US time and Tuesday Aussie time. I am covering these beautiful little poppies under here, but I think I'll come back and enjoy. I don't think they're poppies, Kate. So I'm probably glad that you didn't hear me filming earlier in the week, because I was really hit by jet lag this trip. It's taken me till today to feel somewhat human, which made it a little bit more challenging than normal to do my work. I've become a fan of Starbucks. I never have Starbucks, but what did I find? I think it's called an iced, I always order it wrong. It's a frappe, like mocha, and then I have cream on top. I mean, when it is needed, it's needed. And I've also become a fan here of fish tacos. Tasty with salad and so fresh. And someone told me that's San Diego is where they started. I don't know if that's true, but I have enjoyed, and in fact I might get some more for my dinner tonight. I mean, what are you longing to eat? I feel so good now. So this trim came from the craft show as well. So this is what I love. I can do this stitching and gather and remember where I've got everything. That was sewing basket. This is the show. This is off Marketplace. I think I'm sewing with Fleur Woods variegated pink full play merino silk wool. There's Judy's mustard. Hi Judy, hi Rachel, hi Sarah, hi Pam, hi Teresa. I'm thinking of you in particular. So many wonderful, wonderful subbies. And thank you for sharing your stories with me. I'm with you. Okay, I think for that reason I feel like doing a bit of a flower stitch. I was going to show you something that I enjoyed doing. Not on my needlebook. I mean, I'm thinking now that I might embellish this. So not pull it apart, but just add. They're beautiful. They called it a lingerie bag. Love, love, love. I did buy myself a new, Kate's settling in now. I did buy myself a new perfume to come with me. And look at that. Guess why Kate bought it? Because it has flowers of joy. And it's 3D. It's called Daisy Wild. It's probably lucky that I think this is my last overseas trip for the year, because I'm getting carried away and just loving the collection of things. Okay, so let us, I think, does this look a little like a hibiscus? Not sure. So I'm going to add the pink. I'm learning about this, that I don't particularly like matching the exact colour. I like seeing a bit of the original colour through, but then so that the embroidery over the top shows the original but enhances it with another shade. So I suppose that's what I'm thinking when I'm doing this. I haven't done a French knot or a colonial knot in a very long time, and I'm learning pistol stitch, and maybe I can show you some of that in my next video. Here we are. And I love how just adding this 3D bit makes this garden look already more varied. So if you're new to my channel, I've been inspired by this challenge, Field Notes, to make this quilt, as well as my accordion journal in honor of Field Notes and all the things out in the wilderness. I've been seeing beautiful, beautiful videos I have been watching when I haven't been stitching, because I haven't been stitching literally, and I've come home from work exhausted, so I've just been watching, and the amount of amazing videos and photos up already is incredible. So again, Sarah and Rachel, you're amazing because you've inspired us so much. Can you see that little flower? So it started out red. We can still see the red, but juxtaposed with the others and then this 3D orange, it's going to lead over to this orange flower. So from one flower to another, let's see, I've still got thread, and I did say to, oh, sorry, of course it had to get unthreaded right at the end. That I think there's a potential in this story, or a podcast, or something that we could all share in, that's called Until the Thread Runs Out, or Until the Thread Runs Out, because that's my adage. I'm going to keep going until the thread runs out. So this bit of green is quite big, so let's just put some seed stitch in here just to lighten it up. We're not going to obliterate the green. And I'm hoping, oh gosh, sorry, patience, one more time. I suppose I'm just hoping that this inspires and encourages us all to be free, to be us, or as I said to someone today, just do you. That's been a wonderful message that has been said to me as I've started this YouTube journal and journey. Here we go. I think the thread has run out for Kate tonight. So, quick bit of stitchery to finish. That needs to be looked at. I've done some pink over here from the side. You can see how I hope that sticks up. Love it. Braid, little red flower, this raised bit, and if we follow the journey of the flowers around, all of this white will end up being stitched or covered with applique. So we'll put that piece. I bought 3 in the end. I think I told you last time I was only bringing 2, and then I just couldn't bear. And to be honest, I haven't bought enough of my bits. So if I have a chance, the lovely people in the shop today, which is called Vignettes, gave me a pamphlet about all the antique shops in this area. So if I can find some actual embroideries, that will be helpful, because I'm running out. Okay, so because Kate can't stop stitching, she can't stop obviously oh, I love that bunny one. We've got beautiful little pieces. Where's my box? I think that's important. That symbolizes our togetherness, and yeah, a letter from a mum to her son. So for now, I'm going to say bye. I'll be stitching all night probably because I can't stop, and then I'll see you soon with my next video. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm sending love and blessings, and enjoy whatever you're doing. Until next time, bye. This is Kate in the Journal Nest.